attitude and this mentality and this philosophy of life, it also gives us a pretty good idea of what is the real effect of living your life in that way. Because what does Coca-Cola do for you? You drink it. It gives you almost immediate response. The immediate response is a feeling of satisfaction, gratification, and a boost of energy. This is what Coca-Cola does. You drink it, satisfaction, you get a boost of sugar and a boost from the caffeine, and probably a burp soon afterwards from the gas. But the reality is that very soon you follow a downward spiral. You follow a downward spiral. And soon after, as you felt high, you soon feel a low. And in order to try and reach that high again, then you're going to take some more of this drink or some similar drink in order to reboost yourself. So in order to try and maintain yourself on this constant high, then you're drinking more and more and taking more and more. And this is the reality of the person and the people who worship their desires and worship their passions and worship themselves. In fact, it is illustrative of the whole manner in which Western society exists. Exactly that. There is no long-lasting satisfaction. Satisfaction is temporary. It is a temporary boost, a temporary moment of joy. It is followed by an equally low moment. And in order to try and bring back that moment of happiness, we consume more. We find more avenues in order to satisfy our desires. But the reality is, the passion and the desire can never be satisfied. This is a statement of fact about the human being. The Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, said, if the son of Adam was given a valley of gold, he would desire another one. If the son of Adam was given a valley of gold, he would desire another one. Nothing will satisfy the desires of the sons and the daughters of Adam except the dust of the grave. Nothing is going to satisfy our desires. The only time that our desires will end is when we are dead. So you see, a civilization, if we can call it a civilization, or a philosophy or an ideology that teaches us that the way to be happy in life is by satisfying your passions and your desires, by following your cravings, physical and emotional and ideological. That success in life is by surrounding yourself with material possessions. The reality is, we know that this brings no long-lasting satisfaction. We buy something nice, we buy some new clothes, we get a new house, we get a new car. But how long does the joy and the pleasure of that last? A few hours, a few days, maybe a few years. But before long we are craving for something more expensive, more beautiful, more faster. If we get our kicks from adrenaline, then we try this sport and that sport, but always we are looking for something that is going to give us more of an adrenaline kick. Similarly, some people satisfy their passions and their desires through sexual encounters, promiscuity. But there is no satisfaction. Because once you have tried everything, then you need something else to excite you. You need something else to stimulate you. So people go further and further down the road. Fetishes, orgies, same-sex relationships. Or it's not enough anymore that you have your own wife. You have to go and you have to enjoy yourself with another man's wife. That's how you have to get your kicks. Because this is the reality. You're never satisfied. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you want more. It doesn't matter how much fame and success you have, you want more. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are, you want to be more beautiful. This is the reality. So when we look at Western society, what do we find? We find something pretty horrifying. We find a whole culture completely obsessed with consumerism. And what is the result and what is the consequence of that? What is the result and the consequence? The consequence is that we have a very minute portion of the world's population consuming a huge portion of its resources. 17% of the world's population consumes 70% of its resources. 17% of the world's population consumes 70% of the world's resources. We know that the rainforests are being destroyed. We know that our environment is being polluted. We know that there is starvation. That people are dying. People do not have basic sanitation. People do not have basic access to clean water, to food, to basic medical care. But where is this taking place? These things are taking place in the so-called third world. But if you look to the so-called third world, you will find something very strange. You'll find these people are actually exporting food. They are although the people are dying, they are exporting food. Although they don't have sufficient medicine